Hi Avi, hi Yuvi. How's it, guys?
Oh, good. And you guys?
Good,
Good, good.
man. All
Great
right,
stuff.
I'll start with you, Avi. So, what's your thoughts on the score of 349 for Raid? It seems like a formidable score.
Yeah, hi Sid, hi Yogi. Hope you guys had a good week, and
Like,
hello to our viewers as well. Yeah, what can I say, man? This was a betting clinic from India in this first innings, man. I mean, could you have scripted it? I mean, the return of Kohli and Sharma, that was a brilliant partnership, and then Kohli doing Kohli things, that was a sublime century from Kohli. I don't think South Africa could have done much. I think Kohli was just in a different year. He was just batting in a different year. In fact, I haven't seen him that aggressive, especially in the power play, like he was today. He was really, really aggressive. So yeah, I mean, he was unstoppable, man. And it's gonna take a special effort to chase this down. 350 now, 349 on the board. There's someone's got to play a kind of a Kohli innings, trying to equal what Kohli did to actually take
better
this
than
down.
Kohli. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say better than Kohli. So it's going to be a
Mm.
tough chase. It's going to be a really, really
No,
tough
that
chase.
is so good.
But I would say the only thing that SA do have that can work for them is the view. There is a lot of view at the moment with Ranchi.
Okay.
And also the ground. I don't know if you noticed, it's quite small, so the boundaries are
Okay.
quite short as well. So there is a bit of hope, but I think India are probably 70-50 favorites for the stand at the moment.
Yuvi?
Score is not enough. Score is not big enough. Brevis is
Wow.
going to chase us down. Brevis is going to chase us total down.
Wow. Okay. I also have a theory
They
too.
needed over 400. They needed over 400 today. It's not enough.
Wow. Okay.
I don't understand Jeswal and Rahul being in the side. It makes absolutely no sense to me after their performance in the tests. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And India they have themselves to blame for what's about to happen.
Wow. Okay. Oh, although, guys, I have a theory because the ground is small. Sorry.
One other thing. One other thing.
Cool.
Credit to what Avish said. The geriatrics came to the party today. They played really well.
Your favorite players? Hey, Yuvi. Yeah, I'm just joking.
My favorite geriatrics. Yes.
No, but seriously, I think to Avish's theory, there's as you said, the ground is small, there's dew, and also the outfield is really fast. So those three things could work to S's advantage if they bat really well. So I would say that's
But
S's
also,
best round. Sorry?
but also look at the teams. SA have guys that clear the rope at will. Brevis, Bretzka, Quinny. They've got the batting to knock the total out the park. If Kohli and Sharma could do it, imagine the batting lineup that SA have at clearing the rope.
Wow. Okay. Well, I
Like,
love your optimism, but then let me just check the bowlers India has today because maybe we can see why. Just
it's
gonna
better
check
than
that.
they usually have. It's better than they usually have. But by the
Okay.
same token, it's still a crap bowling attack. It's still a crap bowling attack.
Yeah, I see Kuldeep is there, who's quite nice. And then, what's your thoughts on Harshit Rana, Yuvi? Do you like him?
Harshit and Prasid, that's why I said it's better than usual. At least they've got some pace there. But
I don't. I would say Prasid is there. Oh, yeah, you're right. Prasid is in the sorry. Yeah, Prasid. Yes, Harshit Rana. Your favorite Arshdeep is there. I'm just joking.
that's not playing. Bumrah instead of Arshdeep would have been the way to go. Then I'd say India
Yeah.
have to bowl to do it. They don't right
They
now.
have Kuldeep. They have Kuldeep. You can spin a web against South Africa.
He could, but he didn't do it in the test. I don't see what's going to
Oh,
happen differently.
okay. Call me.
I
Oh,
I honestly think SA need to go for it. They've got no
Yeah.
choice here. They've got to go for it
Mm.
because if they're gonna be stat patting there, uh, it's not gonna happen, man. You can't die wondering. You got to go for this ball. That's the only way
I'm
you can
looking
go
at
for it.
SA. I'm looking at SA at 200 for 4 in the first 20 overs.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
You
But I
got to
guess.
approach it. You got to approach it with a T20 mindset, but at the
Hmm,
same time, you've got to rotate strike. You can't
yeah.
uh, scoreboard stalling. You've got to go for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can't be step padding there at uh, at the chase. So you've got to go for it. I agree with you. I think the SA do have the power, and India's bowling. I mean, it's kind of an advantage that Bumrah is not there, because if Bumrah
Yeah,
was there, this makes the score a lot tougher.
exactly.
So there is a bit of inexperience there. You got Rashid, you got what do you call Hashit Rana. You've got the spinners. I thought Kuldeep was nullified in the test match. I'll be honest with you. I thought SA
The
played him
only
very well.
thing,
So
the only thing I
yeah,
would say to that is India have got more pace in the attack than South Africa do today. So that could be a difference. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Call me
I just
crazy,
think
but
India's got more variety in their attack.
yeah.
And
I
pace.
honestly think a second spinner hurt SA today. Them not
Mm.
having a second spinner actually hurt them a lot. Because if
No,
you
but
look at
they took him to
Sobrayan
the cleaners.
started
No?
well.
They took
Say
him to
again?
the cleaners. They took him to the cleaners today.
Yeah. So Yubi, what I mean is Keshev's control was missing in the state. See, Keshav
No, I think
can
he's
just
a
be
better
picked.
bowler than Keshav, honestly. I think he's a better bowler than Keshav.
I just think Keshav is a lot better when it comes to containing teams. He can
Hmm.
contain a batting lineup, and I think economic. His economy was
Economy
very missing
rates.
today.
No, it
He's
was.
very economical in the middle overs. So I think with the field spread, I think Keshav would have been very good today, but unfortunately he didn't play. And I know
Mm.
Shukri is trying a few things, so you'd expect it. But
Mm.
yeah, it was missing today, and obviously KG as well in the power play. It was missing. I thought SA didn't have much control in the power play as well. After they took that first wicket, I mean, they were just all over the place with their lines and limbs. So that kind of set the tone for the rest of the innings. But SA do have a chance. But
Mm.
yeah, as I say, it's going to take a special effort from either the Cock or Markham's got to step up. One of the senior players has got to step up, because all of India's senior players stepped up today. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And I guess they
Mm.
have a point to prove because they were they were kicked out of the Test side and the T20 side because of
Um,
Gautam Gambhir. But we won't get into that too much.
I'm gonna be
That's a for
honest.
another day.
I think Mohit and Virat stepped up. Yes, Rahul is the reason they didn't get to 400.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Rahul's
That is
slow rate is what cost Kohli his wicket. Kohli did something he
oh,
didn't have to because he was slow scoring.
okay. Well, I have a theory. I think India will win because one, they have a point to prove because they played so shit in the Test matches. Excuse my language. And then also it's scoreboard pressure. So I think anything with scoreboard pressure, it's going 7 runs and over from the outset is not easy. So I think I will go with India to win. You, Avi?
I'd like India to win. I just don't see it happening today.
Okay, Avi.
I did say India favorites. I mean, 70
Oh yeah,
50.
of course.
It's going to take
Okay.
something special. It's going to take something special, but it's possible. It is possible.
Okay.
Maybe if they have a good power play and a good opening stand, you know, that could change the fortunes. Probably could go to 60-40. And if SA are really, really close with India's score, let's say at 25 overs, then it could be a 50-50 game. But yeah, it's going to take something special from the top order to
Okay.
get this score going. So I think India do have the bowlers to defend this. SA have the firepower as well to chase it down.
Uh-huh.
The factor is going to be the due now. How the bowlers actually get the ball,
Mhm.
and but if SA lose 2 or 3 wickets in the power play, it's game over.
Mhm.
So they need a good start. They need a great start, definitely.
So so you're predicting SC to win one way, right?
I do. I think Avish makes some good points, no doubt. I think South Africa will lose a few wickets in the power play, but they're going to score quick. Like I said, I'm looking at 200 in the first 20 overs.
Okay. Wow, it's 10 runs and over. If that
I,
happens.
I, I would love to be proven wrong. I'd be love to be proven. I
But
always
if
like
that
to be
happens,
proven wrong. I was
yeah.
I was proven wrong in a test series. I said 1-1. It was 2-0. So I'd love to be proven wrong.
Well, Avish, your prediction was actually a lot better than ours. I went 2-0 to India, and look how stupid I looked. At least you went 1-0, so that's not as bad as ours.
Yeah, no, true. No, Avish got
Yeah, I
a.
mean, what can I say?
You said 1-0 at the beginning, yeah.
Mhm. No,
Yeah, I
I
did.
think
I
it
did.
highlighted the weaknesses in the Indian bowling attack. And yeah,
All right. So basically, me and Avish go for India to win today, and then Yuvi says SA. Okay, so we'll keep it simple. But if Yuvi is right, and SA scores 10 runs and over for the first 20 overs, then India will not win the rest of this one-day series. They'll be so deflated. If they can't defend 350, it's pretty horrible. A lot of runs.
350 is not enough on this wicket. This is a betting paradise. They should
It
have
is a
got
belter.
400. They should have got 400. It's not enough.
But okay, fine. I get that, Yuvi. But at least if India can make SA work hard to get to 350, then that would be not as demoralizing. But if they make 10 runs over
I
for the
don't.
just 20, then it becomes bad.
I don't think they'll run away with it, but I do think South Africa will get through. And I think this is going to be Brevis's first ODI 100.
Okay, I will hold you to that, and let's get to the test series. Also, for your points, UV. So, what are your thoughts? India getting walloped by SA 2-0, and Harmer was the man of the series. UV, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm very disappointed, but they got what they deserved. And at the end of the day, like I said, it highlighted the weaknesses in the Indian bowling. Uh, Even the batting, for that matter. I mean, really, Jaiswal was horrible. Rahul was pathetic. And if both your openers are not firing, how are you going to win matches? It showed how reliant they are on Shubman Gill. Him not being there was like a body blow. And the bowling, yeah, they definitely got to look at that. Look, the first match, I'm still firmly of the belief, don't blame the wicket. Don't blame the wicket. Your bowlers weren't good enough. Your bowlers were not good enough. The South African bowlers were. Simple as that. If
You
you
mean to say
can't
the
do it,
batsmen weren't? Yeah, sorry, I meant to say that the batsmen weren't good enough in the first test because they only had to chase 120.
no, they weren't good enough. But that's because the South African bowlers bowled as well as they did. Harmer was amazing. Harmer was brilliant. That's why. And let's be honest. With Kuldeep Yadav in the side, Ravindra Jadeja with all his experience, if you couldn't get the job done, you probably need to be like beheaded or something. Honestly. And then we know the seam bowling attack in the matches is sucky. We know this. It's kind of horrible to say, but yeah, at the end of the day, it highlights that Siraj has to go. They've got to bring in better options, and there's need for pace. I mean, I've said it for how long now? The time India were at their best was when they had 3 fast bowlers. They don't have that. Bumrah himself can no longer be called a fast bowler. He gets up to like close to 150, like once in a blue moon. He's skillful. I wouldn't drop him from the side. I'd keep him in the side. But there is no pace in that attack.
Avish?
Yeah, I just think they probably be hurting more from that first test because that's the game that they could have won and they should have won India
Yeah.
120. The second test, to be fair, I mean, SA completely outplayed them
Yeah.
in all departments. Let's be
Agreed.
honest. I mean, it kind of got a bit embarrassing at the end there, guys. A 408 run
Yeah.
defeat. I mean, if heads don't roll for this, I don't know what will. And I'm actually a bit surprised that Gautam Gambhir has kept his job as the test coach. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I mean, New Zealand was horrible, and then it happened again with SA, and everybody thought India were going to turn a new page at home. They're going to be good pitches. They're not going to try and prepare these kinds of pitches that they had against New Zealand, where they actually got backfired on them, and they got caught out with spin. But I think that first test really highlighted that they didn't really learn much from the New Zealand series, and they prepared a pitch, which was to me a bit of a lottery pitch because anybody could have won on the pitch. And if you look at the turn that SA were getting a lot more turn than the Indian spinners, which was, so I would say surprising. And for the SA spinners to actually outbowl the Indian spinners in India was something that you don't see often, guys. I think you probably the first time you've seen it in the last 20 years that the SA spinners outbowled the Indian spinners at home. So I think this Indian test team is in a lot of transition at the moment, guys. I think that test series in England, I think it was a test series of two flawed teams, I'll be honest with you guys, India and England. Both teams made a lot
Hmm.
of mistakes, and that's why the series ended 2-all. I think both teams lacked a killer
Mm.
instinct. Because if one of those teams actually had that killer instinct, it could have either been 3-1 to either way. Because, I mean, if you look at that game at Lords where India needed to fish like 170, they ended up losing that game. And then England, I mean, they needed to score 55 runs to win with 7 wickets in hand, and they bottled that game at home. So it was a kind of a series, where you have two flawed teams that actually try to cancel each other out, but we ended up 2-all. It could easily be 3-1 if either team was a lot more ruthless. So yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Gautam Gambhir is accepting job as a test coach because I think he needs to. I think India kind of needs some. They need a fresh start in test cricket. They need new reinforcements. The batting, I mean, without Gill there, guys, it was vulnerable, got exposed. And the bowling, I think they kind of lacked ideas in a way because once SA got that first total, the second innings, I mean, if you think about it, SA didn't even have to come out to bat again, and they would have won this game. It was such a, these two innings from India, they kind of got blown away. It's unheard of that an Indian team can lose like that at home. So
Hmm.
if heads don't roll for this, I don't know what will. But let's give credit to SA, man. I mean, they played some brilliant cricket
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
series. I mean,
Mm. No doubt.
Shukri, Shukri. I mean, just growing from strength to strength with this test team, man. I think this test team is in a really healthy space at the moment. I think the white ball teams, I think they do need a bit of work, guys. To be honest with you, I did say this off here. The white ball teams, Shukri is a little bit more targeted, but I think the test team is in a good space at the moment, guys. I mean, they probably are playing the
Mhm.
best cricket at the moment in the world. And Australia would argue that, but I think they are one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world at the moment
Mm.
in Test cricket. So things are going really, really well for the Test team. And yeah, I think India they kind of need a change at the Test level now with Gambhir. I think Gambhir has been
Mhm.
doing well with the white ball team, but I think the Test team needs some reshaping the coaching staff. What do you think?
Okay.
My thinking on it is I don't have a problem with Gambir. Yes, I do think there are better options, but I don't think he's the reason they've lost this series. I kind of feel like if I had to make a major change in administration, it would be Agarkar, not Gambir. He's made some idiotic
Okay.
selections. I mean, no, 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 I'm being serious. There's no laughing back. I'm being
Okay.
serious. Agarkar
Yeah.
is somebody that has to go. If they want to get better, this has got to be where it is. They've got to. Indian cricket has never really prioritized fast bowling. The only time they really did was, I think, when Ganguly was chairman of selectors. That's when Shami, Yadav, and
When Kohli
Aaron
was
were
captain,
selected. Yeah,
when Kohli was
exactly.
captain.
And you had three 150 bowlers in the squad, and that was a big deal. That's what India need to get back to. I'm always one that says we need to move forward rather than backward. Honestly, they could
Hmm.
do a lot worse than bringing really bad as German as selectors.
Okay. Yuvi, I
Yeah.
wanted to know your thoughts. What were your thoughts when Shukri Conrad made a comment about groveling? How did you find that? Because I found that a bit weird.
No, it's fine. Um, they, like I said, India got what they deserved. If Shukri wants to rub it in, good for him. No issues. They deserve it. Um,
Okay. Okay.
they did make them grovel. Whether we as Indian fans like it or not, they did make them grovel. That's because we didn't have the bowling attack to shut them up.
Oh, there was a lot of controversy on it, so I was just wanting to get your views on that.
No, I'm
Avi,
sure
how did
there's
you
a
feel
lot
about it?
I'm sure
Sorry.
there's a lot
Sorry, Jimmy.
of people that will take offense to it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that will take offense to it. I won't.
Okay.
What I would do is the next time he comes around, shut his damn mouth by having the right bowling attack to shove it up his backside.
Okay. Avi?
Yeah, I mean, I did watch the press conference again online, so I was a bit surprised by Shukri's, use of the word grovel because, I mean, one Tony Gregg many years ago used that term against the West Indies, and we do know what happened to them afterwards. So the word grovel, it probably has a bit of racial undertone to it. However, I don't think Shukri used it in that kind of way.
Hmm.
I think he kind of used in a way, although there's a poor choice of word, he used in a way where
Yeah.
he kind of wanted to shut India out of the game completely with the bat. So in terms of making a grovel, like kind of tell them, that there's no way you can win this game now. There's no way you can win this game. I mean, you're going to be chasing 550 plus. There's no way you can win the game. So I honestly, I don't think Shukri is that kind of a person. And I mean, if you look at the South African setup, I mean, there's such a diverse team, guys. Let's be honest. There's so many different types of cultures in the team. So I don't think Shukri kind of meant it in that way. But yeah, I think the choice of words. I don't think he'll use that term. Again, anytime soon. So it was a bit surprising, but I don't think he meant it in that way at all.
Okay, all right. Okay, Yuvi, let's talk about the second test because that's going to come soon this week between England and Australia for the in Brisbane. Let's go through the squads quickly. Australia's squad got Stephen Smith, Boland, Carey, Brandon Doggett, Cameron Green, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Usman Khawaja, Labuschagne, Lyon, Michael Nestor, Stark, Jake Weatherfield, and Beer Webster. And then we'll go to English squad quickly. This has got the usual suspects here of Stokes, Harry Brook, Archer, Gus Atkinson, Bethel, Braden Cost, Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Will Jacks, Ollie Pope, Matthew Potts, Joe Root, Bashir, Jamie Smith, Josh Tongue, and Mark Wood. Do you think England can still make a comeback, Yuvi, in the second test?
Well, if Tongue plays in that second test, yes. I still believe England have the better bowling attack of the two sides. I do believe that firmly. It's the batting that needs to come to the party. They need to work harder. They need to put runs on the board. If they do that, their bowlers are more than capable of taking Australia out twice. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know what to make of that first test, to be honest with you guys. It was such a crazy game. We did see vulnerabilities with both batting lineups. Australia looked vulnerable and England. So I mean, you've got two very, I'd say, brutal batting lineups. So England absolutely they do have a chance. And I think the good news for Yuvi is Mark Wood has been ruled out of the second test. So I think Josh Tongue will make his.
No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll be honest with you, Yuvi. I wasn't too impressed with Mark Wood in the first test. Eh? I thought Archer bowled brilliantly. I thought Stokes bowled brilliantly. Cass as well. He had a brilliant spell. I mean, those wickets of Khawaja and I don't know if it was Carey, that was brilliant. So I think if you bring Josh Tongue into this team, I think England do have a chance. Absolutely, they do have a chance because India, Australia still, even though they chased that score, I mean it was 1 billion innings. This Australian batting lineup is still brutal, guys. You can get at it. So they definitely have a chance. But again, they need to play smart cricket. They cannot be playing that kind of kamikaze cricket that we saw in that first test, where they try to go for levels that don't really need to be taken risks. And let's be honest, England were ahead of the game. They were 100 for 1. It's effectively 100 for 1 at lunch, 65 for 1. So they were bossing the game, and then they collapsed. So there were 2 collapses in the England innings. The first inning, they lost 5 for 70 and Second innings, they lost 5 for 12. So that ultimately was the game. So that needs to change in this second quarter. They can bat a little bit better. They can just bat a little bit better. 250, 300, they in the game, guys. Honestly, you don't need to score 400, 500 against this Australian government. If you can get 250, 300, you win the game. You absolutely win the game.
Agreed. Just one thing I'd like to highlight there. Responsibility. Responsibility needs to be taken by players. Joe Root, Ben Duckett. They're the only two that are real anchors in the team. They've got to take responsibility and bat through the innings.
Yuvi, but what were your thoughts on the pitch, though? Because I know the ICC gave it 8 out of 10, but Khawaja was bashing the pitch. He said it was a piece of shit, So what were your thoughts on the first pitch?
Usman Khawaja has been a waste of oxygen since the day he made his debut. He will always complain about every little thing. I don't even listen to what he says anymore.
But what were your thoughts on the pitch, though? Do you think it was worth 8 out of 10 by the ICC? I think they were very good, actually. Very high rating.
Honestly, there was nothing wrong with the pitch. It was quick. It was moving. It crumbled a bit early. So be it. That happens in cricket. There was nothing wrong with the pitch. If you're a good enough player, you can play on a bloody road or you can play on a gravel that's falling apart.
Wow. Avi?
I totally agree with you. I just think it was poor application from both teams with regards to the bat. It was just poor batting application. If you look at the first day, and I did watch the first session, there was so many good drives down the ground from Ollie Pope. And to me, when a batsman is diving down the ground, that's not a sign of a bad pitch, guys. It was just poor shot selection from both teams that cost them.
Yeah.
And that's why we had a game that ended in 2 days. Poor batting from both teams. And reckless, irresponsible, just playing down poor batting from both teams. So the pitch, this kind of reminds me of the pitch that we had last year between Australia and India. And we saw how Jaiswal and KL Rahul batted. So you just needed somebody to knuckle down, guys, and just play the bowling. If you can get Sparky into his third, fourth foot spell, that's when you're going to win the game, guys. You're going to take the game deep, and I don't think England did that. So it's just poor application, guys. I don't think you need to moan about the pitch. I think Khawaja, his time is up in this test side, guys. Let's be honest. His time is up. And he's making comments like this. He's just trying to buy himself more time in this test team by kind of making comments like that. I don't know what you think, Yuri.
Another thing about Usman Khawaja is if the ball's coming onto the bat and he can play through the line, he looks like the best batsman in the world. But the ball is doing a little bit, or it's stopping, or it's bouncing. If it's doing anything, he looks at sea.
Okay. He's actually been called up by Cricket Australia, actually, because of his comments, I think.
Good. He deserves it.
All right.
I actually don't know if you're going to see Khawaja in this test series again, because I think Weatherall, I think he gave a good account of himself in that second inning, so they might just keep it. Who knows? Travis might come up the order. Who knows?
Yeah,
We've seen crazy things. We've seen crazy things in this test series already, guys. So don't be surprised.
Yeah, that's true, actually. All right. Avish, what are your quick thoughts here? New Zealand and West Indies play the first test on this coming Tuesday, 2nd of December. They play the best of 3 test matches. Who do you think is going to win, Avi?
It's the hope that kills you, guys. It's the hope that kills you. But realistically, I think it's going to be in New Zealand 3-0.
What margin?
3-0.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Yui?
3-0 West Indies.
Okay. If that happens, Yui, we have to meet up, man. We have to meet up.
Yui, if that happens, Yui, I'm taking you to a buffet. I am taking you to a buffet.
The reason I say this is very simple. There's no doubt the most bankable team in the world is New Zealand. Nobody can doubt that. You want a team to fight for your life, it's New Zealand. But the most unpredictable squad in the world, conversely, is the West Indies. They can be the best team on the world on any given day, and they can be absolutely pathetic on the next. So
That's true.
let's see. If we get the right West Indies coming in, I think New Zealand are in for a bit of a shock.
Okay, we'll
I
get to
just
the.
think I just think the best result for them is probably a 2-1. They can win one
Yeah,
test. But
I would love. Mhm.
for the West Indies to win 3-0, guys, I mean, for the last 30 years, we haven't seen any kind of consistency for the Windies.
Mm.
So that is a bit far out of reach, I feel, for them. With all due respect to the players that they do have, we just haven't seen the kind of batting that the Windies are producing
Mm.
in recent generations. I'd say
Uh,
3, 4
uh,
generations before.
I'm going to go out
Uh,
on a limb and say Brendan King will break Brian Lara's record in this match.
Wow.
I'll be honest. There is one caveat here, guys. I do think the Windies have the bowling. They do have the
I was
bowling to
say that.
trouble
Yeah. Mm.
New Zealand,
Mm,
especially in
Yeah.
that condition. I
no
just worry
doubt.
about that batting. That's the thing I
Yeah.
worry about is the batting. The
Yeah.
batting seems so brittle, guys. And they're coming up such a low, man.
It
In
is.
Jamaica, I mean, so 27 all out in Jamaica. That one really hurt. That one, if that doesn't hurt, then I don't know what is.
I
Mhm.
agree, man. It's
Mm.
it's like basically West Indies. I hate to say this, but God, I think they'll be quite nostalgic with India. But West Indies are kind of like India is kind of like West Indies, whereby their bowling is good, but the batting is just shit.
No, India's bowling is good. What are you smoking, Sid?
I mean, I've read of the Test game. I mean, their bowling not bad at Test cricket. India's. It's just the batting
Crap.
is.
Crap. Did this thing get this year?
Yeah, but I think India were pretty much deflated after the first test, and also I think the pitch looked a lot better in that second test. But then I don't want to be blaming it, otherwise it becomes like a sad situation. No, but yeah, that's a sad thing.
No, that bowling
Okay.
attack needs to be changed. Honestly, that bowling attack needs to be changed.
I just think there's too much of this. There's a lot of burden on Bumrah at the moment to lead this attack.
That's
That's
There's a
the
lot of
point.
burden on him to lead this attack. So yeah, I agree with you. I think they need to look for fast bowlers again, man. I mean, Kohli, he left that mandate of good fast bowlers, and I don't think the bowlers that are coming into the next generation are as good as the bowlers that Kohli had under his captaincy. I mean, winning in Australia, winning tests in England and SA. I mean, that was a brilliant bowling attack. There's a few things
I'm
that they
gonna
didn't conquer,
disagree.
but I thought that was the best. That was the best test team that India had under Kohli.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It is.
it was. But I'm gonna disagree with one thing. I don't believe it's that we don't have quality fast bowlers. I believe they are not looked after. That's what I
Yeah.
believe. Mayank Yadav, Umran Malik, now Harshit Rana, Prasid Krishna, Kamlesh Nagarkoti, Shiba Mavi. We've had guys that can hit 150. Our selectors are freaking idiots. They do not know how to prioritize fast bowlers or look after them. That is the problem.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll get to the last item of agenda, which has been the T20 series between Ireland and Bangladesh, and they've been competing quite well. Ireland took the first T20 by 39 runs. The second one, Bangladesh won by 4 wickets, and the third one is going to be on Tuesday, and I think that's the last one. Who do you think is going to win, Yuvi? I think you predicted Ireland to win the to a T20 series, right?
I'm still expecting that.
So you're still going with that, Yuvi? Okay. All
I am.
right. And okay. And Avish, do you still want to stick to Bangladesh winning the T20 series?
Yeah, I mean, look, those pitches are quite a bit of a lottery. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched much of it, but I mean, Bangladesh pitches are not known for high scoring. In terms of years gone, but I just think, yeah, Bangladesh, they probably are more accustomed to those conditions, so I'd say 2-1 to them.
Yeah, because so far Ireland's done really well. In the first T20, Ireland been 181 for 4 to 142 for 9. The second T20, I think Ireland scored 170 for 6 and Bangladesh scored 174 for 6. and the third one's only on Tuesday. So I'll go with Bangladesh to win, but Ireland's done really well in this T20 series, so anyone can really win.
Definitely.
So anything else you guys want to cover? Because I think I've covered everything, I think.
I want to get back to the cricket now. I know Rickleton is out, so it's not a good start for SA. But I think next week what we can do is we can cover the groups, man, in the T20 World Cup. What do you think?
Have they been selected already? Yeah.
Yeah, you remember I showed you on the group, Yubi?
Yeah.
You did.
So have a look at it, guys, and see who you fancy to get out of those groups.
USA.
And we can discuss it.
Okay.
USA is going to win the World Cup.
Look at that now. Wow, that's very optimistic. I will go. Since the World Cup in India, right? I will go India to win the T20 World Cup. That's because I'm just pro India, and also it's at home, so I think that would give me more belief in winning it.
But we can discuss that.
Well, as long as Siddharth is playing, they have a chance.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. I want to just check with you, Yuvi. You on next week?
Yeah, I'll come in next week.
Okay, same time, 2 p.m.
If that's good with Avish.
Yeah, let's try and make it 3 next week. If it's okay with you guys.
It should be okay. If there's an issue, I'll let you know, but I'll try my best. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. All right. Take care, guys.
Cheers, man.
Sure, man. Bye.